Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalat wassalam ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wasallam wa ba'd. Welcome to lesson number 12 of the Medina Arabic program, brought to you by formerly Islamic Studies From.com. Now it's Abdullah, Wali-Uddin.com. Today, inshallah, we're going to do a preview lesson for lesson 12. And what the preview lessons are for is to give the student an idea of what we're going to be covering during that lesson, the new concepts and some of the old things that you should already know. So here we have in this lesson, we're gonna learn the following. We're gonna learn about the feminine form of the second person pronoun. We have male form anta wa anti. And here are some examples. Min aina anti ya amina. Here, because Amina is a girl, we use the feminine form of the second person pronoun you, anti, for feminine. Alright, so if it was a male, we would say Min aina anta ya Ahmed. Alright, so the difference is a male, we're going to take fatha, is here, and then for the feminine, you're going to have the kasra in the pronoun. And here's the meaning, where are you from? Amina. Alright, possessive pronoun form from anti is ki, ka, or the kaf with kasra. Alright, so here, let's look at this one. Aina baytuki ya Maryam. We learn the masculine form, Aina baytuka ya Ahmed, for example. Where's your house, Ahmed? This kaf would take the fatha for male, and for the female, it's going to take kasra. Aina baytuki ya Maryam. And this is how we know we're talking to a female. Alright. Another point to point out too is we have another way of saying and making a noun definite. And here we're using something called yunadi. It's calling ya amina. This is a way that we when we do this here, you see the dhamma is following here. All right. Number 2, we learned the possessive pronoun again for the masculine. I just explained that as an example. Number 1, when I gave you the example for Baytuka or Baytuki, Ya Ahmed. And here they're using the same example for Bilal. Now, the new concept that we're going to learn for this is going to use the feminine form, the verb form, of the past tense form, dhahaba, dhahabat. So in this case, dhahaba is the past tense form or the madi form, or for he went. When we say dhahabtu, I went. Dhahabta, you went. And then this is you masculine. And if I want to say you feminine, I would say dhahabti. Alright, that's for you feminine. And then now we're going to use for she, dhahabat. So the opposite. So here we have dhahaba, he went, and we have dhahabat, the ta'nith. This is the feminine ta, and this is used for the past tense form, third person past tense verb. Here we go, aina amina. Where is amina? Here we look at the form, the sentence, dhahabat ila al-jami'ah. And I'm not going to always pronounce fully the letters. I'm going to start pronouncing naturally. Sometimes I may say the long form, but normally all my Arabic teachers before, to a certain point, we will say the long form so that you understand the i'rab of the sentence. Once you understand the i'rab, then you don't have to say them. You can speak a natural form of Arabic, like they would say dhahabat ila al-jami'a. You wouldn't hear people in the street saying dhahab You wouldn't hear him say ذهبت إلى الجامعة. All right, so I'm going to start speaking the natural form, and sometimes I'll say the long form. But anyway, you can see the feminine form of this verb, the ta ta'nith, this feminine ta, indicating that it's a verb, past tense verb for female. If the subject is mentioned, the pronoun she has to be dropped. All right, so here, let me see, let's look at this. If the subject is mentioned, the pronoun she has to be dropped. And I think what they're talking about here is when you, if you look here, okay, what they're talking about here is dahabat, and normally there is what they call a fa'il that will come after this. But in this case, if there is no noun that follows this verb, it is assumed that we're going to use the second person or the third person feminine form, which would be she. So we would say she went to the university. So what it means by if the subject is mentioned, the pronoun she has to be dropped. It just means in the translation or the understanding, you would not say she, Miriam, went to the school. You would just not use the pronoun. You would use now the noun form here, Miriam. All right. So ذهبت مريم إلى المدرسة. Miriam went to school. You could also say, if you didn't want to mention the name Miriam, you could also take Miriam out. ذهبت إلى المدرسة would be the same meaning, except you using the pronoun she. That's what this is talking about right here. And here, I mentioned the ta ta'nith, the feminine ta, sakin. This is how you know a word is a verb. It will have, it will be sakun, and that's how one of the signs of a verb is the ta ta'nith, sakina. That's what they call it. If a verb like this is followed by alif lam, the sakun is changed to kasra. Now what they're talking about in speaking, and this is something that we learn in balagha, is, for example, if you continue, let's look here. Okay, let's look at this example. The girl went. ذهبت البنت. If I stop ذهبت, then this would be the second. ذهبت البنت. Okay, this means the girl went. But if I'm going to join, if this next word has alif lam, marifa, which is the definite form, and then we're going to continue, then there'll be a kasra. We'll say ذهبت البنت. So this is a way of making it easy on the tongue by adding the kasra here. All right, it doesn't change the meaning or anything. It's just a way to make it easier on the tongue. The Arabs like to make things easy on their tongues. So we have already learned, again, for concept number 3, we've already learned alladhi. Alladhi is the masculine form, is who or which or the one. Now we're going to learn the feminine form is allati, the feminine singular form. All right. So here we have الطالبات التي جلست أمام المدرسة من المانية. The girl student who sat in front of the lady teacher is from Germany. So let's look at الطالبات here. Notice that الطالبات التي, I combine, this has alif lam. All right, so if you know Quran, you know that when we combine words, we're going to do assimilation. All right, so here we will say الطالبات التي. You could say الطالبة التي جلست أمام مدرسة من ألمانيا. You could say it like this, but that's not the way it's naturally spoken. It would be said الطالبات التي جلست أمام المدرسة من ألمانيا. All right, and and they've actually seen the alif lam here. This is for Germany. and they put the Hamza of Fatah here, but this is Alif Lam, and we will say min nal mania. Okay, let's go to concept number 4. Oh, here's another example. الساعة التي على المكتب مدرس. All right. Here, the watch. In here, التي, the one that's on the desk, belongs to the teacher. All right. المدرسي. All right. So here we have التي is feminine because of the watch. Asa is feminine. This word is feminine, so التي is going to be feminine. All right. And let's go back up here. الطالبات here is feminine, so we're going to use the feminine form here, التي. We wouldn't say الذي. الذي would be used if I say الطالب الذي. That's for male. All right, so that's the point here. Here we have a lamb of a possession, lil mudarrasi, and this looks like it should be mudarrasi, kasra, but it has a written fatha as above. So we'll just stick with what the book says. Mudarrasi, for it belongs to the teacher, or you can say it's for the teacher. Number 4, we have learned kitabuka here, which this kaf is for showing mudaf ilayh. All right, this is again showing possession. Your book, masculine. Now we're gonna look at kitabuka anta. Okay, hada kitabuka anta. This is your book. It's literally translated, this is your book. This is your book, you. All right, what this is for? This is a form of tawkid. Tawkid is the showing emphasis. So here, anta has been added for emphasis. This is used in case there's doubt or dispute. This basically is a way in Arabic, in balaga, expression of balaga, okay, of giving definiteness to the point that we're talking, that whose book we're talking about. This is showing that we're not talking about anyone else's book except yours. You're talking to that person. So kitabuka anta. So it's showing emphasis. So there's no dispute on who we're talking about, whose book we're talking about. Let's look at the next example. هذا بيته هو. هذا قلمي أنا. ذلك كتابها هي. All of these are showing forms of tawkid, emphasis. And this is showing this is his book. This is his book. And then if I'm pointing to Muhammad, there's no doubt huwa. هذا بيته هو. This is given actually his house. This is given the emphasis that it is his house. It can't be anyone else's. There's no disputing into that. And this is one of the beautiful things of the Arabic language, is that it is so powerful, is that there's no doubt in the expressions. It gives the strength of expressions. هذا قلمي أنا. هذا قلمي أنا. This is my pen. No, this is definitely my pen. It can't be anyone else's. ذلك كتابها هي. So here we have expressions of tawkid, and this is what lesson 12 is about. Looks really long, but they're going to show you the masculine forms and the feminine forms, so be patient. And as I said before, learning Arabic grammar and speaking is based on repetition, and based on your desire to learn. Stick with it, be patient, and I'm trying to make these lessons as easy as possible, and I'm trying to give you something that I didn't have when I was learning, which is I understand the way that I learned Arabic. This is the way that I'm teaching it. All right, and I made mistakes, so please forgive me if I made any mistakes. You can send it, just send me a note, and I'll correct it. And I'm not perfect. If you want to learn, I'm here to help you. Inshallah. Subhanaka wa hamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Inshallah, you can watch complete lesson 12 Again, this is a preview lesson, and you don't have to watch this if you don't want to. Of course, I said that at the end, but it will help you in the long run. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.